just secure a single leg. So you want to get weight off of his near side leg. As always, keeping your posterior chain nice and strong, and from there, like a nice gable grip under his legs. Bring him up like that. Is that alright? Yeah. Lazy. So yeah. Sure, it's alright? Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to be the position we end up in. Okay? So there's two sort of finishes we're going to play with. One is just running the pipe, which is probably the first move you should try, like a jab. So what it is downwards and circular pressure on his leg. So we're going to use our head to sort of push into his chest, use our footwork to circle around and hinge at our knees, not our hips, so we don't get front headlocked. So all that is just stepping in front of him, circling, drawing a C, dropping him down. Second finish is just this. This was old Owen's favourite. He was using against a lot of top guys there. So what he does, he steps off the leg, he keeps this leg cupped, he comes to a tight waist on this leg here, and all he does is gets him to step in, he just sweeps them over, takes them down. Show it last one more time. Sure, it's alright. You're fine. So we're here. We're going to step off, so his legs are outside or in front of your hips. Come in nice and close, secure his far hip. From there, you step your rear foot in, sweep his leg out, drop him down. Go try. Sure. Oh, yeah.
That felt really good.
You're going to get to the far right.
Oh, get this way.
From here, you should just run over. So from there, give him a real reaction, get to the stance here, and that's when he starts running up. That's it. Right.
We go to this way.
Yep. So, I'm going to get this leg on the outside. Bring your right hand to my far hip. Now you're going to step in.
Put your weight on that leg.
Run the pipe.
No, that's right.
How's everyone feeling with that? Making sense? One more standing technique on the ground. So, this one's there's a little bit of danger associated with this. It's a body lock sag takedown, so we'll give you two options. You know, a bit newer, do the first one. A bit more experienced, try the second. The reason why it's dangerous, it's not like you're dumping someone on the head. If you do it wrong, you sort of sag your body weight uncontrollably through their knee, which is probably the main cause of injury in Jiu-Jitsu, like whether it's jumping close guards, takedowns. So you be mindful of that. If you do it right, there shouldn't be any risk of that. So we're going to circling and not just rocking on it. So the way we get to the body lock from a single leg, this detail I really like from Owen, is say you start, run the single, you can't get anything going. We're going to start, especially if it starts stomping this leg through, we're going to start looking to get to his hip here. What can happen is during that transition, you sort of, if you're reaching out with your hands forward and your hips back, you can get thrown pretty easily. And the cue point for forward throws, being up on your toes, head over your toes and sort of moving forward. So to take the pepper out of that, just a little detail I like is as you're sort of running, looking for the single, looking for that body lock, just take a step backwards to take the pepper out, pep out of your step. And then from there, lock your body lock here. And the finish for the takedown is this. We're going to use our rear leg, well the first one actually, getting ahead of myself. We're going to think about pulling his hips into your hips, using your head to take his shoulders behind his hips, and then from there just sagging your weight down and sort of crumbling them down. It's easy, simple stuff. And the whole concept of it is taking his spine out of alignment and then here, we're on the single leg, running. Before we go to the body lock, take the sort of momentum out of him, stepping once back, then come to the body lock. From here, can use our head, take his shoulders and head behind his hips, sag your body weight down, and sort of crumble over. Now to finish, a bit more advanced, I want to try this. So we take that, set up away. We're going to use our rear leg, go calf to calf, and similar to that running the pipe motion, I'm going to step in, I'm going to pick up his leg with our leg and circle him down and around. So we're going to come in like this, land in a 3/4 mount, pass him around. So like we said, what you shouldn't be doing is just dropping on his knee. You should be picking up his leg, rotating safely so there's no pressure to the knee. Okay? So we're here, calf to calf, stepping through, picking it up, circling down, on the top position. That makes sense? Shall we try it? Let's do it.
Go, shoot.
There.
Yep. So, which one? Option 1 or option 2? Option 2. So your job here now, imagine walking them forward and then you pull them tight. Yes. Now drive your head under his chin. That's it. And now you're going to step your left leg in front. So use your right leg to flick him up and he'll take it. Makes sense? In, we walk, pull, and then step in front. And you got to step in front, you have to flip in front. Yeah, circle in front of it. Yes. Be a little bit more in front.
Getting more an angle almost.
That's better.
Is it your?
Oh, no, my fucking, one of my best friends done that since twice.
Oh, okay. Pretty good position now. You have the arm, come through the arm.
Yeah, we were dizzy on the second movement.
So it's not just backward, it's the same thing as running the getting that calf to calf, you sort of see it. Yeah, and then sort of circle
다리를 이렇게 보는 게 아니라 햄스트링 잡고 나와요. 약간 이런 다리.
So I don't envy you doing that for 15 years.
Well, I was never on that. I was always just so I just put together studies and everything. I was obviously university. I've never done.
So we'll just pick up some details that I've noticed some people were struggling a bit with. So like we mentioned before, the key point of drives on that part to get my hips behind my head and get me up on my toes. body lock, try not to have your arse sticking out like this. One, it's going to make that body lock, both takedowns from here, very difficult. You need to have your hips in nice and close to start breaking him down or access that leg. And secondly, it's going to be, leaving you open to counter throws and stuff like that. So when you're in this body lock position, try to emphasize maintaining hip contact and sort of checking your hip either behind his hip here or in front, but for these techniques, go behind. Now from here, it's going to be easier to start crunching him in, taking his shoulders back over his hips, and then taking him down like that, okay? And so if you're looking for that second technique, that that calf to calf Gasoto Gake movement, what I want you to do, it's not just picking his leg up and running over him, it's more like that run the pipe movement, where you're putting downward circular pressure through him. So you're going to step across, pick up his leg as you step across, and sort of circle, bring him all the way down. Those are details I want you guys to focus on. Hip position, and then it's all like set up. Does that make sense? Here we go.
You got it.
Huh?
Very opposite direction.
Oh, you do it?
Feet weren't in the right position. It was good setup to get to side control.
Body lock side. Good question, mate. It's going to be hard unless you end up in a half guard situation and passing that from there.
Okay.
Or sort of getting that shin out straight away. It's gonna be, I will admit, side control is probably the most likely like half guard.
Alright.
Unless they like straight back.
Because we still ended up, like Shane was ending up in a really good half guard position with pressure on, which is super beneficial for him. But when I would do it, I find him in and out from it as well. So I think it was just like a foot placement thing of where you ended up.
We'll look at that next, just so you guys can show me.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright guys, so we're going to do some guard passing now. Just looking at some body block stuff. And we'll play with that. So here's our hands well. It's going to be sort of deal with the big civics right now.
Yeah.
Alrighty guys, so body lock, we'll just do the entry first. So body lock passing is one of the probably highest percentage ways to deal with a seated opponent. And it's all about controlling his hips so he can't convert under you, sort of off balance you with his legs and force him half guard pretty much and then pass him from there. Okay, so what we're going to do to get into it, think of it almost like a double leg shot. So we're just going to sort of circle around the hand tight. The exact same concept. When you get his hands out of your way, you can access his legs and hips. So we're going to start coming in. Think about like a shot. So you're going to change level, hinge at your knees, and it's going to come in, lock your hands around his waist and knock him to his back here. If you can, when you lock your hands, try and have one arm through that's long, so it comes all the way to the side here, and this short arm will help you in the future to start stuffing his leg and facing when you go to pass against resistance. Because if you get stuck with your hands under his spine, his weight sort of holds you there, and it's going to be hard for you to manoeuvre side to side. Yeah, we can start doing stuff to you. Okay, so try and move around a little bit so you start to get an angle, you start to square up to you. All you're looking for is those elbows away from his ribs, clearing his hands as you can, changing levels and shooting, getting that long arm, short arm, and getting his heels into his arms by walking your knees up as high as you can. If you leave yourself sort of extended, you're going to be able to sort of forward shift you back up, butterfly sweeper. So think about taking the pepper out of his legs, and secondly, don't go putting your head into the pocket of his armpit, like a guillotine. Whenever your head goes off his center line, one, you're probably going to get front headlocked, and two, it's going to be a lot easier for him to start butterfly sweeping you over. Like that. Exactly right. So, think about this. Use your hips, get his heels to his bum to take the power out of his legs, and don't let your head drift outside the corners of his torso. Right? So when you come in, it can be like a straight on shot, or just get your head on his shoulder, that's completely fine, but don't go sticking your head here, nothing good's going to happen. Okay? One more time. Here we're looking to get angles, start to square up, get those elbows away from his ribs. If you can, try and get one knee in between his legs so it clears one of his hooks straight away. Long arm, short arm, we work from here. Does that make sense? Sort of, yeah? Let's do it. Does that make any sense?
Come on, helmet.
So, hang on. 180? Yeah, I just want to push my heels up into me so that I can't kick out of it. Grab your arms up the way like this.
Remember how in standing, what you've got on getting your hands together around the body? Yeah. What do you have to do to get your hands around the body? You have to find your arms. That doesn't change. Nothing changes. It's just you need to get hold. Yeah? So we start here. We're always going to be grip fighting some guys. Okay? I'll get down. I might even get my head really close to his head. The forehead on forehead. A little bit of bromance moment, right? Come here. Yeah? And then we're circling a little bit. Whenever you see the angle, like a circle this way. Because he needs to follow you, right? Yes. So I can line one leg up here. Then we just change levels and we put him hard. And then we try to get our hands together around their body. Yeah? So just move your shin out of the way. Does that hurt? Yeah? Exactly. That's better, Kieran. Well done.
Good job.
So the end position is exactly that. Bring the feet up.
Inside.
Yeah,
Make sure your hips stay inside. You can work it out. Now yeah. Try get around that one. Try get that leg out.
Like this.
Yeah. Okay. And then keep pressure on.
Nice work, Chano. Great job, dude.
position.
There you go.
Style like that. I'll try.
Good job, Debbie.
Easy, mate. Easy. Relax. Relax. It's okay.
Yeah, that's not done. We'll see. See, okay. I don't.
Like it. You've got a pretty good goal.
So we're going to look at the activity to start. With our man Matt here, we're going to go to the body lock, like I said, looking for angles, get those elbows away from the hips, clear the hands, make our shot, and come in. If you can, try and get one of his hooks cleared immediately, but we'll just say what happens if we have both legs in. So what we're going to do, it's like an asymmetrical sprawl. So to get rid of one of his legs, we're not just going to kick our leg back because he'll probably follow us and start getting his leg back into play. What it is we're going to go towards the side where our head is, because we're not going to be straight in the centre. It's where our sort of short arm, is here posting and stuff in the leg. So the opposite side hook is what we're going to attack. So what we're going to do, we're going to start sprawling our hip down and try to think of scraping his hook off of our hip and sort of using the mat as like a, like when you scrape your boot, like a bit of gum off your boot. So we're going to come down, turn our hips inwards. We're going to sort of walk across so you can get that hook off your leg like that. And to stop him from re-pummeling it, we're going to bring our inside knee up into his tailbone here. Okay, so from there, all we're going to do is look to get this femur or this thigh here parallel to the mat. Bring our leg up and over, forcing half guard. Then get our crossface and underhook. Our fundamental starting position, inside knee up. This one scissoring and then passing from here. If you're a bit newer, just get to this position. If you're a bit more experienced and like passing from half guard, you're more than welcome to start coming into all the passes you like. So, your main focus, once you get to the body lock, keep control of his hips, keep his heels and his bum, then deal with one of his hooks to force half guard or pass immediately. Okay, so we're here. If you wanted to start in the body lock, that's cool too. So get his on his back, bring his heels into his bum. From here, we're going to sprawl off to the side. We're going to bring our leg back, turn our hips down, so we'll walk sideways until you can get that hook off. From there, bring your knee up into his tailbone. If you get his shin caught across your hip like this, that's probably even better, because when you start stepping over it, all you're going to do is step over it one more time, come straight to side control. Does that make sense? So two options. From here, you clear that hook with an asymmetrical sprawl, bring that knee up to his tailbone. With his leg between our legs, force half guard and pass. If we can get that position, we've got two legs on one, same thing. Get his leg parallel to the mat, step over the knee, then again step your other leg over, pass into side control. Make sense? Let's do it.
Right up to me.
The job here now, Kieran, is to get around the sticks. Stop. You can follow when you do that. So put this hip on the ground. Yes, good work. Now walk the other way. That's it, stay there, stay there. Don't rush. Swallow the knee just like that. Put your knee on the ground. That's it, put your knee on the ground. Good job. Stay there. Your right knee needs to go to his tailbone. That's it, good job. From here, get your left arm under his head. Yeah, That's good. Now get your hands together. Good job. Now find a way to get into mount or side control. That's it. Good job. Well done. Great job.
That pass probably makes more sense. Can't squeeze it in enough to do much of it.
Well, look at that.
Sweet, thank you. Maybe on the inside.
Righty, boys, come on in. Nice, gentle.
Kieran and Joel.
Hold on, boys. Alright, so we'll do a couple more techniques and we'll roll, I reckon. And everyone's getting a bit fatigued and keen to wrestle. So what we're going to do, before we look at dealing with people sort of kicking their legs back and not being able to crush their heels with their bum, let's look at some extra options from that body lock there if we can't step over their legs. So we'll get our man Matt here. Exactly right. So we do all this good stuff, and a thing I was noticing, so if you have the body lock, that's definitely ideal, and you keep your hands locked and use your elbow to fuck with his thigh here. Let's go like this, so boys can see. So more like, this sort of stuff here, and that is going to make it easy for you to get his, thigh parallel to the mat. But if he's like such a big hooer, we just can't quite get it through, taking this arm out is completely acceptable. But when you're going for the sprawl, don't sort of twist your torso so you're going all the way over and trying to do this, because exactly that, you're giving your balance away in the other direction, you're going to get swept over, okay? So don't, in an effort to deal with this hook, take the pressure off of this one, try and keep your torso as square as possible and use your movement in this direction over to this side, sort of put pressure through his hook and then just a quick little sprawl coming to here. Does that make sense? So, what we're going to do, if, like we said, get this thigh parallel, we stuff it, we start stepping over, working from half guard. What's going to happen is Matt's going to start bringing this knee up into our hip and posting here, exactly like that. Yeah, that's spot on. So, one fun little option that we can do, if we have this 2-on-1 position, is all you're going to do is bring your head down to the mat and just cartwheel over. That's it. If your legs trapped in this half guard position, it's going to be hard. Yeah, so we'll do a athletic option.
Athletic big boys.
We'll do an old fella option too.
Go on, Timmy.
So what we're going to do, if he starts to bring this up nice and strong, that's going to be annoying. What we're just going to do is think about bringing this knee down, bringing your inside knee back and scooping up this leg in a 2-on-1. Okay, it's going to be hard for him to stop because he's actively sort of driving on his hip and his ankle's going to be left behind. So this is the position we're playing for. Like we said, you can cartwheel over, but from this position it's going to be easy to start stuffing his knee down parallel and working from here. Then take the time to circle your wrist in, pin his wrist down, bring your knee over his knee, that's it, come to side control. One more time. We're here, think about keeping your shoulders square and moving in a sideways motion and bringing your hip down to kill that hook. Knee up to his tailbone here. As always, our first port of call, flatten his thigh down to the mat. If he starts hand fighting, keeping that knee high, no worries, knee down, circle this back, scoop it up on the line of your hip, and then from there it's going to be easier to start passing this through. Come to side control. We're going to give fun option a go. He starts posting on this and making life difficult. Head on the mat. Cartwheel over. That's just style points though. I like the first one more. Does that make sense? Let's try that.
Jump.
Stranger things about
don't believe you, mate. Let's go. Let's go. Alright. Let's go. Holy fuck, Timmy. Timmy with the... Timothy! Let's take this ground and pound. Right, go the opposite way.
Go the opposite way.
No. Just step around.
One issue, one, you're going to find it against people, you know, once you do this a couple of times, or just experienced grapplers, once you get to the body lock and start knocking them over, they're going to recognise the risk of getting their heels put to their bum because they want to maintain, you know, strengthen their legs so they can not balance you on the speaker. But they're either not going to let you do it, or they're going to sort of, exactly right, he's going to extend his legs away, what's called a forward shift. So he's going to push his legs away, come back to a seated position. Here, exactly right. So you want to time this movement, the forward shift. So as soon as you start to feel extension in his legs, what you want to do is just sort of like, almost like you're throwing a hook, but you're making contact with your bicep. You're going to turn his knees into one direction and get your chest behind him. Okay, so what that looks like from the body lock, so it's take him down, we're walking our legs in, he tries to extend, get behind and bring your same side knee out behind his legs so he can't turn back into you. Now, there's a couple of good options from here. You can start, I like to pin his wrist so he can't hand fight and get, you know, scoop your leg. You can either just walk, actually, so what we're going to do is this. We're going to start sprawling our leg down, pinning the top of his leg. If you can get your knee over his top knee, this is a straight shot of the mouth. Feel as though he's bringing his knee up nice and high and it's getting a bit difficult. What we're going to do is this. We're going to get our leg, we're going to pummel on top of his leg here. And from there, we're just going to start walking back around, taking the path of least resistance, re-pummeling into double unders or whatever you can get, and working from side control. Okay? So exactly like Matt was doing, there's going to be a bit of stickiness in his hooks if you try and just, you know, sort of sit on top of him here. So you keep this knee behind this leg, you're going to sprawl back, you're going to disengage his legs from ours. So we're going to bring our top leg back, and start pummeling, getting behind or on top, and from there we can just start walking in a circle, start working for pins, whether it's just near side cradle, double unders. If you can crush his top leg together, you can start pinning it like this. What you want to do is start getting your knee in the pocket of his near side hip and start walking from there. That's the two pin options there. Just one more time on the leg work. Just sit there. So as you knock them over, he's going to go, fuck this, he wants to get back seated, yeah, start extending and sitting up to his ass. Exactly. So as you feel that happening, use that posture.